The weight of a key. The key boned in my palm, its jagged edges biting into my skin as I stood frozen in the doorway of our apartment. The faint hum of the refrigerator filled the silence, a mocking reminder of normalcy. I'd found it, an hour ago, tucked in the pocket of a favorite jacket, the one she swore she'd lost last winter. Not our apartment key. Not her car key. His key. The one she'd promised to throw out when we moved in together 2 years ago. My heart thudded, each beat a hammer against my ribs, as I stared at the tarnished metal. It wasn't just a key. It was a confession. The living room smelled of a lavender candle, still flickering on the coffee table, casting shadows that danced like ghosts across the walls. I'd come home early, planning to surprise her with takeout from that Thai place she loved. The paper bag sat abandoned on the counter, its contents cold, the smell of lemongrass faint against the weight of my discovery. My eyes darted to her phone, face down on the couch, its silence louder than any notification. How long had she been lying? How many nights had I slept beside her, oblivious, while she carried the secret? I sank onto the couch, the key still clutched in my fist. My mind spiraled, replaying moments I'd dismissed. The late-night text she'd brushed off as work stuff. The way she'd linger in the bathroom, door locked, her voice a muffled hum through the wood. The perfume she started wearing again, his favorite. She'd once admitted, back when we were just friends and her past with him was a story she told with a laugh. I'd rationalized it all. Love does that. It blinds you, makes you a fool who sees only what you want to see. The clock on the wall ticked, each second a needle in my chest. She'd be home soon. Her shift at the hospital ended at 8. I could confront her. I could scream, demand answers, watch her face crumple as she tried to explain. Or I could wait, let the truth fester, see how long she'd keep up the charade. My stomach churned, torn between rage and a desperate hope that I was wrong. Maybe the key was old, forgotten, meaningless. Maybe I was paranoid, weaving a story from nothing. But the weight in my hand told a different truth. I stood, my legs unsteady, and moved to the bedroom. Our bedroom. The bed was unmade, her side a tangle of sheets, the pillow still dented from her head. I opened her nightstand drawer, half expecting to find more evidence, but there was only her chapstick, a dog-eared novel, and a photo of us from last summer, smiling, carefree, at the lake. My throat tightened. Had she looked at that photo and felt guilt? Or had she stopped caring long ago? The key felt heavier now, as if it carried every lie she'd told. I wandered back to the living room, my eyes catching on the jacket again, hanging innocently on the coat rack. I'd bought it for her birthday, watched her face light up as she tried it on. Now it felt like a stranger's. My fingers brushed the fabric, soft and worn, and I wondered how many times she'd slipped that key into its pocket after seeing him. The thought twisted like a knife. The lock clicked. My heart stopped. The door swung open, and there she was, Lila, her scrubs wrinkled, her hair pulled into a mess of bun. She froze when she saw me, her smile faltering. "Hey, you're home early," she said, her voice too bright, like she was trying to outrun something. She dropped her bag by the door, her eyes flicking to my hand. I hadn't realized I was still holding the key, its teeth glinting in the candlelight. "What's that?" she asked, her tone careful, like she was stepping around broken glass. I opened my palm, letting the key catch the light. "You tell me." Her face changed, pale, then flushed, her eyes widening before narrowing into something defensive. "It's just a key, Matt. Why are you looking at me like that?" "Just a key." My voice was low, trembling with the effort to stay calm. "Then why was it in your jacket? The one you said you lost?" She blinked, her mouth opening, then closing. I could see her mind racing, searching for an excuse. I must have forgotten it was there. It's probably from my old place. "Stop." The word came out sharper than I meant, cutting through the air. "Don't lie to me, Lila. Not now." She took a step back, her hands twisting together. "I'm not lying. Why are you acting like this? You're freaking me out." "Am I?" I stepped closer, the key still in my hand, my voice rising despite myself. "Because I'm the one who found this. His key, Lila, the one you swore you got rid of. So tell me, when were you with him?" Her breath hitched, and for a moment I thought she'd cry. But then her face hardened, her jaw tight. "You're being ridiculous. You're blowing this out of proportion." "Am I?" I laughed, bitter and hollow. "Then explain it. Explain why you kept it. Explain why you've been distant, why you're always on your phone, why you smell like a cologne sometimes. Explain, Lila." She stared at me, her eyes glistening, but she didn't speak. The silence was worse than any confession. It was confirmation. My chest ached, like something inside me was breaking apart, piece by piece. I wanted to shake her, to make her feel the weight of this betrayal, but I couldn't move. All I could do was stand there, the key digging into my palm, her silence screaming louder than words. "I didn't mean for it to happen," she whispered finally, her voice barely audible. "It was just a moment, a mistake, a moment." I repeated, my voice cracking. "How many moments, Lila? How many times did you choose him over me?" "It wasn't like that." She reached for me, but I stepped back, the space between us a chasm. "I love you, Matt. I do. It was just, I was confused." He reached out, and I didn't know how to say no. "You didn't know how to say no." The words tasted like ash. "You're not a child, Lila. You made a choice. Every time you saw him, every time you lied to me, you chose." Tears spilled down her cheeks, but I felt no pity, only rage, and beneath it, a grief so deep it threatened to drown me. I thought of the nights we'd spent planning a future, kids, a house, a life. Had it all been a lie? Or had she loved me, even as she betrayed me? "I'm sorry," she said, her voice breaking. "I didn't want to hurt you. I was going to end it. I swear." I didn't believe her. Not anymore. The key in my hand felt like the only truth left. I turned away, unable to look at her, and walked to the door. My hand hovered over the knob, my mind screaming at me to leave, to escape the suffocating pain. But something stopped me. A memory. Her laugh, the way she'd curl into me on cold mornings, the promises we'd made. Could I throw it all away? Could I walk away from the woman I'd loved so fiercely? "Matt, please," she said, her voice raw. "Don't go. We can fix this." I turned back, the key still in my hand. "Fix this?" I asked, my voice quiet now, hollow. "How do you fix a lie that's been living with us for months? How do you fix the fact that I can't trust you anymore?" She had no answer. I didn't expect one. I opened the door, the cold air hitting my face like a slap. "I'm changing the locks," I said, not looking at her. "Your stuff will be outside by morning." "Matt, no." Her voice broke, but I didn't turn back. I stepped into the hallway, the door clicking shut behind me, the key still burning in my hand. As I walked away, I heard her sob, a sound that cut through me like glass. But I kept going, down the stairs, into the night, where the stars offered no answers. The next morning, I returned with a locksmith. Her things were packed neatly in boxes, left by the curb. I didn't look at them. I didn't need to. The key was gone, tossed into a dumpster somewhere in the city. But as a new lock clicked into place, I realized it wasn't just that I'd locked out. It was a version of me who'd believed in us, who'd trusted without question. That man was gone, and the weight of his absence was heavier than any key.